It's our second installment of a video devotional, so I hope that the last one may have meant something to you. I pray that this one will help challenge you a little bit as well. Unfortunately today, if you watch much of the news, you see scandal upon scandal upon scandal. I remember them going back to Bill Clinton, to Congressman Anthony Weiner, to Harvey Weinstein, to President Trump, to the Me Too movement. We hear so many of them, they don't even seem to faze us anymore. They just become something that blends into the fabric of society. Then I heard one yesterday that saddened me. Dr. Frank Page is the president of the executive committee of the Southern Baptist Convention, and he resigned yesterday because of an inappropriate relationship he had recently. Broke my heart to see what happens in the world sometimes is mirrored inside the church. And it's heartbreaking. And the question is, how does something like this happen? How does somebody like Frank Page, who's dedicated his life to serving Christ, fall like that? Psalm 1 kind of gives a picture of what it looks like. It says, "Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful." There's a progression: walking, standing, sitting. It's basically just a slow fade, something that doesn't happen instantaneously. If you would have asked probably any of those people, would you be willing to cheat on your spouse? And they would have said no in a moment, but yet they put themselves in bad situations. They put themselves in difficult spots that they shouldn't have been in the first place. And you often see the tragic results of a series of poor choices. But then we have almost this mindset that says, well, that would never happen to me. We need to be very careful at that point, because it can happen to any of us. If it can happen to great men of God, and it can happen to people in great positions of power, none of us are immune to falling. So then what can we do to help keep that from happening? Proverbs chapter 4, verses 23 through 26 says this: "Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid all perverse talk, stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet and stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil." Scripture lays out a pretty careful, thought out plan that we teach little children, and I think sometimes as adults we need to remember the same lesson. We teach little children the song, "Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go." Stories like this should be a reminder for all of us. Keep our eyes on Christ. My prayer for you this week is that when you look at all of the scandals, look at all the things that come up, remember, I could be there too. You could be there too. What's the difference? We need to keep our eyes on Christ. I love you, and I'm praying for you.